What's good, YouTube and my weird tube? How y'all doing? This day video, I don't have a topic. This actually responds to video to Ash everything. I saw your video on Ascended King. What's up? Yeah, I wanted to respond to your video and some of the questions you have. And if I could have helped you answer some of these questions, fine. Well, if not, let's find out. I took notes on some of the things you said, and we just gonna go down. The first thing you said, a woman will not look a man's way if he doesn't have money. And yes, that is true. Because in mostly the black culture and black people, nationalities, most women, that's the one thing they look at. When they see NBA players, basketball players, NBA is basketball, football, and whatever sport, that's what they're looking for. Women only care about that because at the end of the day, that's what they register. And this whole thing about, oh, I gotta get a bag. Look at Brittany Renner, how she did PJ Washington. Most women, not most, but small majority of women are gonna be like that. No man wants to be caught up with a woman like that is only there for his money. And let's just take out dates, like simple dates. And, you know, it was always taught that the men, like myself, is supposed to pay first. Most women have guys in their phone as free food and stuff like that, and they only call them up so they can get food out of that guy. That's another reason why a lot of guys don't date and probably toss them. So if that covered for you, hopefully it did. And it is messed up. How, you might ask? Because folks, we do see a man only to his money and what he can provide. That's you're basically just treating him as a walking wallet. No man wants to be treated as a walking wallet. Damn sure not me. Like, if you're gonna be there for me, you're gonna be here for me, and find something in common that you have with me in interests. You know, and I even came up with a list, a lot of things that women should be interested in a man besides his money. One, his personality, if it coincides with yours. Is he family oriented? You know, because most women nowadays, I don't know if this is you or not, but want a family. You know, they want children, especially if they're at the age that I am, 28, 29, you know, because women, y'all have a biological time clock. Men like myself don't. La walk boss. And, you know, does he want children? You know, most men don't want children. Was he raised by both of his parents or one? Like single father household, single mother household. Some women I've seen on YouTube care about that. Now, you know, if you don't care if he's raised by both of his parents or just one, cool. Don't apply to you. Another one. Does he respect his mom? A lot of women nowadays, and even Steve Harvey, correlate the fact of how he treats his mother is how he's going to treat you. Do you ever ask one about that? Does he hit women? Is he a woman abuser? Emotionally, physically, and much more. Has he been a gang member? And let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. Most girls like yourself, I am just saying, go for guys like that. The Bloods, the Crips, the Pyrus, the this and that and everything. Y'all go for majority of women go for guys like that. So you can't be mad at where the high value men or this guys if you're chasing those type of guys who are for the streets. Now, if you're not that type of girl, that does not apply to you. Involved with drugs. You know, a lot of, I've seen videos where people say they want a scammer or a drug dealer before even a 9-to-5 guy. So if you're and females out here calling for the drug dealer and the scammer, and it's only about the money, don't be mad if he ends up in jail and you don't ever see him again. Has he been in and out of jail? Women go for guys like that. Seen multiple times on social media and in society. Women go for those type of guys because they think some way or shape and form they can change this man. And let me just say this right now. A man or a woman, anybody, if they want to change themselves, they're gonna do that. You cannot force nobody to change someone. Now, if he was this, hypothetically speaking, if he was this artist that had 3 daughters already and thinking that he's gonna stay loyal to you, if you have a child with him, you're wrong. Okay, I'm just saying that. Okay, let me go back to these other points so I can finish up. Okay, I covered all on that first one. Your second thing you had said, yes, only black women are having these conversations because this is what most women care about. Yeah, no, I'll say the only reason why mostly black women are having these conversations with black men is because this is what being brought up. Because at the end of the day, if you're gonna be in a relationship and to do what is something that you bring to the relationship that is gonna want him to stay with you. That's all guys are really trying to find out when they ask the question, what do you bring to the table? And I think it's a legit question. Now, if you want to be asked in that form, fine. But, you know, like, a guy has to know what you're going to bring to the relationship. Because if all you bring in is sex and other stuff like that, we can get that anywhere. You know? And honestly, like, the reason why I don't think this is asked in most other cultures and nationalities, whether it's Japanese, Hispanic, Salvadorian, Vietnamese and everything, because those women, they realize in their mind they need a man in their life for the next decades that are coming along. After you've hit 29 and in your 30s, 40s, and 50s, they realize what that they need a man in their life, and they're willing to do what it takes for that man to stay alive and to stay in her life. You know, and some Hispanic women, I'll say, they're happy to cook a meal and have a beer ready for when their man gets home, because honestly, that's all that man is asking for. And if you really take down and understand what a man wants out of a relationship, and a man is taking you seriously in a relationship, you might find that guy. Okay, let's go to another talking point you had said. Here's another one. Why do black women have to go have? Why do you need to bring something to the table? Because most women thinking that if they just bring their box, if you know what I'm talking about, that's the only thing to keep a man. And it's not. sex is not the only thing that's going to come to men. Because since women want to create businesses and graduate from high school, college, not high school, college, that's what most women care about. And honestly, your education, I'm going to keep it above you. Your education and the fact that you graduate from it, it doesn't, I'm not going to care about that. I'm going to keep it above. I'm not going to care about it. Why? Because it does not benefit me. Let me throw you, put a story out to you. Let me throw a story out there. Now, let's say if I have my own business, which I am currently working on, hypothetically, let's say my business was established. Now, if you went to school and did something that helps, that coexists with my business and it helps me, cool. But if it doesn't benefit my business or anything that I'm doing, I'm not gonna care. And you say, and you also say that men should care about a woman's money, but 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10, are you really using your own money in the relationship? No. Most women, whether you make $50,000 or up, you still gonna want to make a man to make higher than what you make. So what is the point of you going to college and doing all this other stuff you really don't need to do to find a man? Because men are really simple, and I'll keep it a buck with you. A lot of the men nowadays, we only require a sandwich, sex, and silence. Seriously, that is the 3 ingredients. Like, men don't ask for much. We have been simple since the beginning of time. Okay? We have not changed. Women have. Let's continue on. First, and let me also say this first. I do believe men are asking every woman, not just black women. Okay? Every woman. I would ask a woman who's non-black this same question. And she got offended, kick rocks. Because at the end of the day, a lot of women think they can just come into a relationship and just sit and relax. No! That's not how it's gonna roll. Yeah, and like I said, before, the reason why is because most women don't bring nothing but sex and twerking. They thinking they just go and twerk out some club and everything. Now, and if that's not you, okay. And then you also say stuff about we are going to college, starting a business and stuff. At the end of the day, no one asks you to go to college or create a business. Now, if you want to, fine, but do not think that I'm going to care about it if it's not benefiting me. If it's not benefiting me, I'm not going to care. Let's keep it a buck with you. You know, because it's not helping anything in a relationship. And a lot of women say, most women do that because they're trying to, quote unquote, get the bag. And since that's like saying's been thrown around so many times, women have gotten used to that concept. We learn how to cook and clean, yet are you really though? Because if I look at them nails, you ain't goddamn thing. You ain't cooking nothing. And I'm not trying to bash you or anything. I'm just saying. And let me just speak on that. Your nails and your hair color, most men never ask women to do that. Me, I find it very unattractive if women have very long fingernails. That's just not me. If you can't have regular nails and just paint them and everything, I don't want nothing to do with you. Like, that stuff is just... And some women do way too much with their makeup and all that other stuff. And just... Guys didn't ask for that. And then you also mentioned, back in the day, majority of women... did, you know, household stuff. Those were actually modern day housewives who did their job, stayed in the household, cooked, cleaned, took care of the children, nurtured them, and much more. While the men went out into work, which they're supposed to do, and provide to the wife. And that's how it was. And honestly, if I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, it was better like that. It was better like that. No woman was trying to say, I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't need a man and everything. And also keep this in mind. And if this is not you, don't apply it. But for those women out there who say, I don't need a man, when it comes down to it, majority of women do need a man, but they just don't want to recognize that. You know? And it's kind of sad, the fact that females are saying that. And also... You say about you have a business, and you go into college and everything. The more money you make, it closes doors for you. The more money a man make, his doors open. And to be a person, man or woman that creates his own business, you have to be a certain personality type that comes with a lot of masculine characteristics. And I'll tell you right now. No man, even myself, does not want to be with a masculine woman at all. I don't want to have to come home and fight and argue with another person trying to be like me. Not saying you. But, you know, running a business and doing all that other stuff, that comes with certain characteristics and that are very masculine. Men don't want that. They want a feminine woman. Yeah, this is true. They didn't have a lot of what modern women have today. That's because they didn't want that, and majority of women took pride in being a housewife as well. Okay, a lot of women back in the day, and even now, some of them are proud to be a housewife, where they don't have to go out and work. They don't gotta deal with other people and stuff. If the man's doing it, he's providing. What's the problem? What is the problem? You know. So let's also say that. And yes, and most women nowadays don't want to do that. They take a little simple task like that and act like somebody giving them a headache. Okay? Some people would just order Uber Eats or some of these other traveling food stuff. Sometimes a man just wants a home cooked meal. Have you ever thought of that? And also, these are my last few points. Going on 14 minutes. Whew. The reason why you don't feel and think that 2021 and 2022 women like yourself don't find it a requirement to cook, clean, and raising children, because all of these other great women starting business and graduating from college, etc., etc. I'm gonna talk on that because you did say the reasons you feel / think in 2021, 2022. Well, I'm saying 2022, women don't feel like they need to cook clean because that's not how you were probably raised. If you weren't raised with your mother or your father teach you how to cook and clean and what you're supposed to, you're probably not gonna do it. You know, so any man probably is not gonna be the woman who does that, and most men want those type of women that cook and clean and raise children. Hell, if you ain't raising children, I'm not raising children. Who raising them? And most men aren't gonna feel comfortable of having their children in a what is it called? I'm having a babysitter or a nanny raising their children. They want the woman who gave birth to the children. That woman loves to throw in a man's face. You know? So what about that? And this is the last one. And you say about how women can be superwoman, yet do you really want to though? Do you really want to be creating a business, going to college and doing all this stuff that is mostly characteristic of men doing? Do you really want to do that, or do you just want to be a wife and cook and clean and nurture the children? Because at the end of the day, a lot of these women who are out here doing this stuff, I really don't think they want to. And you also mentioned about how a white woman, how she had a husband and he was I'll say a quote unquote alpha high value man. He worked. He was one bringing home most of the bacon. And you said about how the wife, she didn't need to work. All she needed to do was just stay home, take care of children if and when they had some, and take care of households. And she could go out to work if and when she was bored. And you said, oh, why can't women have like that? The reason why she was able to work if and when she wanted to or not? Because her man did probably, for one, didn't want her to work. Probably wants to be a traditional housewife or something. And two, he was making enough money for that woman not to do that. Most men, and I believe I heard this in other videos, and I could look this up myself, the average amount that African American men I can make myself is $50,000. That's the cap. That's it. So there's all this stuff about you manifesting this money and this and that. That's not how this game goes. Okay? Now, I honestly think if you do want a man, listen to what actual men are saying and apply that. Because if you thinking that you're going to do what you're going to do and man going to flock your way, I'm sorry. That's just not how it goes. But yeah, that's all I want to say. We're on 18 minutes. Hopefully to hear back from you. Comment, like, subscribe, make another response to this video if you want to. Ash, I just want to lay down my thoughts and my opinions when it comes to the things that you said or the reason why you don't have a man in your life or not. But if it's not, fine. Peace be upon you, and to my Weird Squad, see y'all next time when I post. Peace.